Bhagavad Gita. Also, this chapter is called as the Shastra that we are going to see. So, those who have missed any sessions or have not read entire Bhagavad Gita, if we understand this chapter, reflect on this chapter, we get the essence of the entire Vedanta. So, today we are going to take a very subtle topic, why this chapter is called as Purushottama Yoga. So, let us prepare ourselves by sitting straight. Head, neck, backbone, spinal cord must be in straight line. As Gurudev says, if we are able to hold the body still, then the mind also becomes quiet immediately. So it's a very important practice for all sadhaks to keep the body still. As Gurudev says, not even 1 millimeter it must move. No hand movement. Even we can check our eyeballs inside the eyes. Are they moving? Hold the body still for some time. By practice, we can hold the body still for a long time, and it helps us in our meditation practice. Step 2 is let us withdraw our mind from the past. Whatever has happened till now, till the last moment, till the last breath, it's all gone. Just keeping the learnings with us, the knowledge with us, which is important, and this learning and knowledge must make us happy. Let us withdraw our mind from all future anxieties, worries. What the most destructive question for a sadhak is, what next? God connects us in the present moment. So let us hold the mind in the present moment by focusing on the breath. Life happens in the present moment. Present moment is the key. If we are able to hold the mind in the present moment, the mind dissolves. Mano nasha can happen. Let us focus on the breath, which is a very easily available tool for us, God given. If you are able to focus on the breath, the mind acquires the quality of the breath, that is freshness, being in the present, always detached. Just observe the inhalation, exhalation. कुछ करना नहीं है, सिर्फ देखना है. We are normally want to do something, karta bhokta bhav. The higher practice is observation, drashta bhav. Let us invoke God's grace and Guru Parampara's blessings to keep us on this path and support us to remove all obstacles en route and strengthen our practice by chanting loudly so that all other lingering thoughts vanish and we can absorb the sound vibrations of the mantras. Om. Om. Om.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। गजाननं भूतगणातिसेवितं कवित्तजम्बूफलसारभक्षितं महासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजं। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। हरि ओम्।
Hari Om. Thank you, Lata Rajshekhar ji. So we are doing chapter-wise summary and we are on the 15th chapter, which is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, summary of Bhagavad Gita. So we have to pay attention to all the 20 verses. And today we are going to take a very important topic, that why this chapter is called as Purushottama Yoga. And Bhagavan himself is going to say in this chapter that one who knows this Purushottama is the wisest person and gets enlightened. So our final goal is achieved when we understand what is this, who is this Purushottama. So till now, whatever we have covered is this very important summary, because 15th chapter is the summary of entire Bhagavad Gita. So number 1 point, Bhagavan said that this Jagata has no substratum, no beginning, no end. So how to deal with this world, knowing this, having this knowledge, that Bhagavan told, I have given you senses, mind, intellect to enjoy. Deal with it, enjoy, but do not get attached. Why Bhagavan told do not get attached? Because there is Not high possibility, 1000% possibility that each one of us can get attached to this world. So immediately Bhagavan told, Asanga shastrena drudena chitva. If you get attached, then with a very strong shastra of detachment, you start detaching yourself. Now, what this Jagata means situation, object, people, including our body, mind, intellect. We must not get attached to our own mind, our own opinions, our own ideas too much. Thoughts comes by their own and they go by their own. We entertain them when we get attached to it. So Jagata means all these things. This is very important because today we are going to go deeper and deeper. So Jagata is covered. Then Bhagavan told, who are you? Now this is point number 1 and today Bhagavan is going to give the Mahavakya of this particular chapter. Bhagavan told, you are the Ansha of me. You are part of me. So always remember that you are not alone. Mamai vansho jiva loke. Jiva bhutas sanatana. So always know at the back of the mind that you are not alone. When God is with us and we are part of the God, we cannot feel sad anytime. We cannot feel lonely anytime. And we cannot be fearful anytime. So these are the implications of this learning. Then the third part Bhagavan took is that who is God. So in all scriptures, there are only 3 topics taken in detail. What is this world, Jagata? Once we know the nature of Jagata, then we can deal with it. Then who am I? And then the third aspect is God. So that is how a Shastra we study. Now people who do not know what is world, who am I, and then directly start talking about God. Is God there? Where is the God? What is he doing? So third topic is God. Bhagavan said that I am self-illuminating. Natat bhasayate surya. There is no illuminating power required for me to illumine. Number 1 point. And once a person comes to my abode, tad dhama paramam mama, then there is no possibility of return because I get to the source of permanent happiness. I get the source of happiness. So once I get, several lakh crores of rupees, if somebody tells me, okay, come here, I will give you charana, atana, the charana, atana also is gone now. I will give you 5 rupees. Let us have, let us not interested because the person is having so much of wealth. Just taking that example. When the person becomes source of happiness, then the person becomes giver of happiness. So right now we may be in the beggar of happiness. Like we are asking happiness from people, situation, objects that give me some happiness, give me some happiness. The person becomes source of happiness and the person doesn't want to return. There is no return from there. And then Bhagavan said, what I do, Ham Vaishwanaro Bhutva, I do your digestion, I rotate this earth, I illumine this sun. Not only that, Sarvasya Chaham Rudisanni Vishtu. 2 meanings we can take. I was just thinking today morning, who is beating our heart? Doctor also cannot answer that how the heart is beating. Bhagavan says, Sarvasya Chaham Rudisanni Vishtu. I am sitting in your heart and beating it. So somebody's heart stop beating. We must not cry. Bhagavan says, okay, I was beating it. Now I have stopped it. I am giving him another heart. Why are you crying? Because you were not appreciating me when I was beating the heart. When we are sleeping, deep sleep, then also heart is beating. Who beats it? Bhagavan says, Sarvasya Chaham Rudisanni Vishnu. I beat your heart. So if you have heart problem, if you have blood pressure problem, Bhagavan says, I am there inside your heart. Why are you bothered? Doctor can only open the heart and remove some blockages. But I am the one who is beating and I am the one who will stop, because finally when doctors declare a person is dead, there are only 2 things they have to write. Either the heart stop or the brain stopped. Bhagavan says, both I am there. Both I am only doing. Sarvasya chaham hridisannivishtam matta smrutir jnanam apohanancha. I am only there in your smruti. I am only there in your brain. I am only there in your thoughts. I am only running it. So don't ever think that you are Karta Bhokta. I am actually Karta Bhokta. This is all my drama happening. I am using various instruments for various reasons. And the more empty the instrument, I will play the flute through that instrument, as Gurudev used to say. When you become empty, then Narayana starts playing flute through that instrument. And now we are going to see why this chapter is called Purushottama Yoga, because Bhagavan here earlier said, you are part of me. Then Bhagavan says, you are me only. So now, before we go to the 2-3 verses here, which are very important, which we are going to take here are this 16, 17, 18. Dvamimo purusho loke ksharakshā kshara evacha ksharas sarvani bhutani kutastho kshara uchyate. There are two purushas. We will discuss this in simple form. As we are doing summary, we are not going to go into detail, as we have in verse by verse, we have gone into detail. And then, so there are two purushas, two selves. So, very interestingly, before coming to Bhagavad Gita knowledge, I think I am alone. No, I am not I. There are many I's in us. I means not E-Y-E-S, I. Who am I? And then Bhagavan says there is a third I also. Uttama Purusha is the third self. 3 Purushas are there. So Purushas are self. Uttama Purushasvanya. Paramatmetu Dhadruta. So there is a lot of confusion happens when we don't read the scripture scientifically, systematically, Prakaran Grantha, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, because different scriptures will say Atma, then somewhere they will say Paramatma, then sometimes some scripture will say Brahman, then some scriptures will say Parabrahman, then some Upanishad will say Ishwara, then there is Atma, then there is Jiva, then there is body, mind, intellect. So now Bhagavan says that this is the most subtle topic to understand. I have understood Jagata, I have understood Jiva, I have understood Jagdishwara. But then when we understand the 3 in the relationship, that is the highest. That is the highest point. Because Bhagavan says, Yo mam eva sambudha janati Purushottama. One who knows this Purushottama is definition of a wise person. So now we have to pay attention that I have made a table here, because as we are doing summary, that what are the 3 Purushas? Kshara, Akshara, Purushottama. 3 Purushas there. In English, Kshara means perishable, Akshara means imperishable, Purushottama means supreme. So Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Supreme Purusha. Supreme Purusha is Purushottama. That's the reason this chapter name is Purushottama Yoga. And this chapter comes after 13th chapter, where we have already dealt with one who is a knower and one who is a known. So only 2 were taken. Now the third is also coming here. So we have to pay attention. And after today's class, we have to again listen, go through the commentary given by Gurudev and read. Why? And reflect and make our notes, because Bhagavan says that if you know this, then you know everything. Highest. Shortcut. So now we have to pay attention. 3 Purushas, 3 selves in this 3 verses which are coming here. So Purushottama, Akshara, Kshara. So first example, electricity filament bulb. Electricity is Purushottama. Cannot be destroyed, cannot be created. You can say electricity, but there is, as we say that electricity is the same thing, whether it is a Japanese electricity, American electricity, German electricity, rich electricity, the electricity is same. Then there is a filament, which is the jiva, akshara, and then the bulb. So actually the bulb is not glowing, the filament glows because of the electricity. How I can understand for myself? The Kshara Purusha is body, mind, intellect. The Akshara Purusha is I notion, which goes from one body to another body. When a person dies, it becomes the top layer of the earth, that becomes the body. But what goes from one body to another body is the I notion. And but who am I in reality? Atma, which doesn't go anywhere, doesn't come from anywhere, and the nature of Atma is Satchitananda. Another place it is mentioned as real self, appearing self, conditioned self. As Tapon Maharaj used to tell Gurudev that all this is what we are discussing comes under the conditioned self. So Gurudev once asked, remove the conditioning and tell me the self. So that time you know the example that he didn't answer the question. We told one day to Gurudev, next day, okay, go and get me water to drink. So Gurudev got water. But that water he got in the glass. He told, I told you to get water, not the glass. Remove the glass and get the water. How can we get the water? So conditioned self is the body, mind, intellect. Appearing self is the I notion, and the real self is the Atma. So just to remember this, we can remember the three T's, three T. Transcendental self, transmigratory self, and transactional self. Like in a bank, the transaction counter is there where the cash transaction is happening. But there is a branch manager, and mostly the branch manager keeps shifting from one branch to another branch. But there is a board of director. Though we might say in that example, board of director also changes, but those are there in the head office. So there is a transactional self, which is the body, mind, intellect. Transmigratory self, which is the I notion, the jiva, bhava. And the transcendental self, that is the Atma, Satchitananda Swarup. Another place it has been mentioned as awareness, observer, observed. This we saw in the 13th chapter. Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Vibhaga Yoga. The field and the knower of the field. And Guruji gives this very beautiful distinction between the illuminator, knower, and the known. Body, mind, intellect, and the world is known. The knower is the Chidabhasa, the knower is the I notion, the Jiva Bhava, but Atma is called as illuminator, like the sun. The sun is the illuminator. Sun doesn't do anything, but without sun, we cannot do anything. If you ask the sun, what are you doing? He says, I don't do anything. In my light, everything happens. So one of the best, closest word, because English is not the language to explain Sanskrit language. It was Gurudev's greatness that, he translated all Bhagavad Gita Upanishads into English and so close, exact, but still there are some limitations there. One of the best word to understand is the illuminator is the electricity, the knower is the filament, and the known is the bulb. Paramatma, Parabrahma is the Purushottama. Ishvara is the Akshara. Why? Because Ishvara is defined as Brahman plus Maya. And then there is a Jagata. Absolute consciousness, witnessing consciousness, witness consciousness. So as Nisargadatta Maharaj says, with the known, when the known goes, the knower also disappears. And what remains is absolute consciousness. So now as we are doing summary, we have to ponder over this. And we can only take all other words. Suppose I remove, only take the body, mind, intellect, because I can, this is very tangible here. The body, mind, intellect is the Kshara, because it changes. The I notion, the I in me, the Jiva Bhava in me, it has no beginning, but it has an end. How it is formed, nobody knows. So it is called as Akshara. It disappears when the inquiry happens. But the real self, what I am, that is Atma. So what is the importance of knowing this, that, okay, this part of me, body, mind, intellect, which I consider as me, if anything happens to the body, then I say, no, I am getting old now. That is the Kshara part. No, I'm sad, I'm happy. That is the kshara part. So I should not get so attached. So once I understand this, there are so many implications of this. Number one implication, those who do not read Bhagavad Gita, those who do not understand there are three selves and what is my real self. These are the people who get depressed, dejected, sad very easily, disappointed very easily because they think I am the body, mind, intellect. Whatever happens to the body, mind, intellect happens to me. I am sad, I am angry, I am peaceful, I am old, I am young, I cannot go here. This happens to my I. So this I am referring I to the body, mind, intellect. But I is separate than body, mind, intellect. How is it separate? How do I know? Because observer and observed are different. Witnesser and witnessed are different. Experiencer and experienced are different. The knower and the known are different. Kshetra, kshetrajna, vibhaga. That's the reason Bhagavan took that chapter, vibhaga. Are different. So I must sit quietly, close my eyes and say, whatever I know, whatever I perceive, that will come as the kshara. And then what will remain is I, that is that akshara. And then, but that who is illuminating that I in me, witnessing consciousness, chidavasa, that is the real self, that is Atma, that is me. As we have taken the example of sun, the sun is there and there are hundreds of buckets, and in that hundreds of buckets there is water. So there are four things now. There is a real sun, there is a reflected sun, there is water, and there is bucket. The bucket is the body, mind, intellect, body. The water is the mind and intellect in which the reflected sun is reflecting. The moment the mind and intellect is evaporated, there is no reflection. Or when the water is still and pure, the reflected sun says, I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. I am not this reflected sun, I am that. But right now our water is, turbid and moving. So I am not able to get the correct reflection, I can say that. So this is how I contemplate on three Purushas, three selves in me. And today we are very clear that I am the real self. The real self in me is Atma and my nature is very important. Satchitananda. What is the nature of that Akshara I notion? It is illusory. And what is the nature of body, mind, intellect? It is Jada, inert. So inert, illusory, illuminating. So that way I start contemplating on these three Purushas because these three Purushas I have to concentrate and using the technology of Neti, that I am, whatever I can observe, that cannot be today. Now, just now I am seeing the laptop, but laptop is not me. I can know what is happening in my body, in my senses. So body and senses is not me. I can know what is happening in my mind. So mind is not me. I can know my emotions, feelings. I can know my thoughts, which are still deeper. But there is I, whom I say that I was small, I was young, I am elderly now, I am senior citizen, this age. So there is one I. And the moment I turn the attention on the I disappears. So it is neither, the Atma doesn't have any vritti, the body doesn't have any vritti. So this vritti, which is a Jiva Bhava, that I am, that also I can know. So I say, I know I am. I was there in deep sleep also. Even though I enter a dark room, I was there. There is no feeling that I was not there anytime. And the moment this knowledge, we start, contemplating upon, first thing what Gurudev says that we start becoming fearless. We start becoming joyous. We start enjoying and laughing more because we see all this cosmic drama is going on. Now I know who I am. When we had taken this in detail, we had taken in detail that how a small child starts thinking that I am this shadow and starts crying. In the same way, suppose I identify myself with the body, there will be tragedy. Because all the time I will be depressed and disappointed. Now, few days are remaining. What can I do? Now I am becoming old, but body is becoming old. Mind has no age. And Bhagavan is saying, why are you crying? I am going to give you new body. This eye is going to go manasasthani indriyani, 21 elements you are going to take with you in the next body. And again enjoy. What I will enjoy? The Jagata. So this is how I start relating to me. So what is very important is that whenever this knowledge Bhagavad Gita comes, I must start applying to me in my family, in my job, in my business, and see how is it applicable. If that part I am not doing, then it will be only theory part. Then I will be able to chant the verses very, very clearly, but I am not applying in my day-to-day life. A spiritual sadhak is always cheerful, always detached, always free, and transacts with the world efficiently with the instruments given. Because I know body, mind, intellect are instruments, I will keep them fit. I must keep my body fit, mind cheerful, intellect clear. This is my job because they are instruments. As we charge the mobile phone, we have to charge the body, charge the mind, charge the intellect. If I don't do this basic things, then it is not going to work properly. So if any questions are there in this, please write and we can discuss that. And again, inviting all of you to read the verses and read Gurudev's commentary, reflect on Gurudev's, there are Gurudev's Gita sessions also. द्वामिमो पुरुषो लोके क्षरक्षाक्षर एव च क्षर सर्वाणि भूतानि कूटस्थोक्षर उच्यते उत्तम पुरुषस्पन्ने परमात्मेतु धातृतः यो लोकत्रयमाविश्य विभर्तव्य ईश्वरः यस्मात् क्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रथित पुरुषोत्तम. This Purushottama yogis and people who understand this same Purushottama is mentioned in Vedas, and yogis contemplate on it, and those who know it, then the yo mam eva sambudha janati Purushottama. So our entire purpose in life, you will ask, what is the purpose in life? Purpose in life is to know this Purushottama. And who is this Purushottama? Myself, Aham Brahmasmi. And marriage, business, job are the means to purify the mind, clarify the intellect, and realize this. So now in the 19th verse, as we discussed, Bhagavan is saying who is the wise person. So we must actually listen to Bhagavan, because people think I am very wise, I am very intelligent. Bhagavan says, no, according to me, you are not wise and intelligent. If you do not know this, you may know chemistry, geography, finance, share market, technology, engineering. That is not that is intelligence. But wise person is a person who knows the Jagata, Jiva, who am I, and Ishwara, and the relationship between three. The fourth part is very important. What is the relationship between three? That is where the realization happens. So, yo mam eva sambudha janati purushottama sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. So, those who know me without doubt as supreme divine personality truly have complete knowledge. O Arjun, they worship me with their whole being. First verse of 15th chapter, knower of Ashwattha tree is Savedavita. So Bhagavan in the first verse of 15th chapter said Savedavita, knower of Vedas is the knower of highest. Now he is saying knower of Purushottama is Sarvavita, the all knower. So very interesting. What is the connection? Sambuddha, the undiluted one, Asambuddha, the wise one, Jivan Mukta, knows both. What is the nature of Jagata, doesn't get attached. What is the nature of my real I, illusory. But who am I? I am Purushottama. This person is called as a wise person. This person is called as a Jivan Mukta person. This person is called the Sitapradya Lakshan. Sitapradya person. And what does he know? Again, we are revising. Here, knowing is subjective experience, not knowing intellectually. No, I know right now that I am Purushottama. I can get 5 out of 5 marks. Who are you? You are Atma, Jiva Bhava, or your body. No, I am Atma. I got 5 marks out of 5 marks. But that is intellectual marking. Here, knowing means janati means subjective experiencing, aparokshanubhuti. Aparokshanubhuti. What is aparokshanubhuti? Now I have to pay attention. Right now, you are seeing the laptop or you are listening this on the mobile phone. That eyes and ears are listening to the sound on the mobile phone or laptop. That is pratyaksha. That is pratyaksha happening. Listen carefully. Then whatever the sound is coming from the laptop or mobile phone, that is creating a thought inside my mind. The eyes has no idea what is the thought, what is happening in the mind. Very important to note. So for eyes, paraksha, this is paroksha. And then one question you can contemplate upon today after this session, that how am I experiencing my thoughts? How am I experiencing my thoughts? That is aparokshanubhuti only, because that consciousness becomes the thoughts. As Gurudev says, the consciousness flows through the thoughts, through the senses and contacts the objects. Object becomes thoughts, and that thoughts are consciousness only. That is aparokshanubhuti. There is one abhanga, and there is one verse also coming in this same line, that wherever my mind goes, that is highest Swarupa I am seeing. Atma only I sing. What this person does with experience, one person sits quietly, enjoys the infinite bliss, oneness, and sees the self in me, self in all. The distinction goes that I am different than you. What next question disappears for this person, because there is no next, there is no past, there is no future, there is only present tense. So after this knowledge, what the wise person does? Wise person acts with compassion, serves all, sarva bhavena, with thought, word, deed. Every time the only thought in mind, every breath a teaching, Gurudev's book. Every breath, every word, every thought comes as what service I can do for others, because there is no other. One person went to Ramana Maharshi and asked, how do I deal with others? Other people are bad. He told, there are no others. There are no others. There is only I. On the screen, there are a lot of characters, movie characters, villain, hero, heroine, mother, father, this, that. But there is only one screen. There is no other. In the movie, there is fire. We don't take bucket and pour on the screen. There is no other for the screen. For the screen, all are only light and sound show going on. Because the person operates out of love. What is love? Identification. I identify with another person, I say I love this person. I identify this object, I say I love this object. I identify with a situation or a place, I say I love this place. I identify with God, I love God. When I identify with all, when that can only happen when I understand that the self in me is self in all. At body level, we may be different. At mind level, we come little closer, because the joy, happiness of a newborn baby is same, whether the mother and father get the same joy. If somebody goes, the unhappiness is same at mind level. At intellectual level, the ideas are same. So when we still come deeper, the I notion is same, and still we dissolve the I notion. The Atma, there is no difference in Atma, because there is only one Atma. And that is me. So that is where the person starts withdrawing from division to oneness. Total identification is total love. Highest love is called as devotion. Like my hand feeding the mouth. Like as Gurudev says, suppose my hand goes into my own ears, another hand comes and, does like this. Okay, no, don't mind, don't worry. Suppose my own tongue is bitten by my own teeth. Again, the hand comes, or, something we do, because it is my hand and my teeth. I don't want to punish and blame and say, okay, I must give punishment to this teeth or hand. But somebody else's hand goes, this person must be punished. He must get his fruit of his karmas. We start cursing the person. Something must happen bad to this person. Then this person will realize. But for a Mahatma, there is no distinction between me and other. The otherness, the division is lost. Where am I starting and where am I ending? There is no boundary to it. For me, my boundary is this. I am pervading through this boundary. Outside this body, I am not there. But for a Mahatma, for a Sthitaprajna, for a wise person who knows the Purushottam, there is no boundary. Boundary less, condition less love. This person alone is my true devotee. Sa sarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. So suppose somebody says, no, I am a devotee of Lord Krishna. I am a devotee of Lord Rama. I go to temple. I do puja. I give prasad. I do naivedya. And I feed people. Bhagavan says, yes, you are my devotee. But who is the best devotee? One who knows Purushottama and then acts accordingly. This person worship Lord in all beings. As Ramana Maharshi says, Jagata Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bru Deva Pujanam. When we worship the world as Lord, that is real puja. No, but I can do puja of only God who is glass made, metal made, and in my puja room. But this neighbor of mine, I don't like. I don't like this person. I don't like this person. I don't like this person. Ashtamurti Bru Deva Pujanam. So Bhagavan says, these are all my children. Why are you saying you don't like him, like them? Because no parents like their children to be criticized. Even they are the most fool. Even the child is failed in the exam and teacher criticizes. The parents say, okay, you don't criticize. I will take care of my child. You don't criticize. My child. Bhagavan says, all are my children. You have no right to criticize anybody. You criticize what you have created. And what is our creation is only one or two. Our creator is more confusion, more ego. You take care of that. How to become wise? Understand 15th chapter and develop sadhana chatushtaya. Goal and process sadhana both are given. So 15th chapter is a complete chapter. Discusses about Jagata, Jiva, Jagadishwara, Jiva, Brahma, Aikya, gives the goal, gives the sadhana to be done. Concluding verse of 15th chapter, greatest secret. Bhagavan says this is the greatest secret. Still people think that this world is real and I will get real happiness from this world. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam mayanaga etat bhutva buddhi mansat kruta krutyasya bharata. Oh Mayanaga. Mayanaga means oh sinless one, innocent one. Purity of mind is our sadhana. So Bhagavan has given that why I am giving this knowledge to Arjun, because Arjun is innocent one. Arjun is a pure one. So we must seek first to be Arjun. Who is Arjun? Very interesting one. Arjun, the word starts with A. So there are 4 A's, then one become Arjuns. First of all, Arjun acknowledged the situation in the war. Then he accepted his mistake that I am feeling, Siddhanti Mama Gatharani, I am feeling emotionally drained, physically exhausted, intellectually confused. Admitted that I need to work on this. And then very important, 4th A, asked the Bhagwan. So first A is acknowledgement. Second A is acceptance. Third A is admitting the mistake that I need to know. And the 4th A is asking the Lord, Ki Bhagwan, you please tell me what is Shreya to me. That is where the first transformation of Arjun happens. When Arjun had selected Lord Bhagwan Krishna as his Sarthi, he was not aware that he is that Lord and he is going to teach him. He knew that he was powerful. He was his friend. But the transformation happens when we ask, because asking dissolves our ego. We don't even ask. And we ask whom? Suppose we have a problem. Suppose I am not feeling good at body level. I go and tell my neighbor. I go and tell my relative. No, we should contact doctor. I don't know whether Dr. Narayan is there today. You contact a doctor. Unnecessary, we should not share what is happening in the body to another person who has no knowledge about the body. When we want to stitch clothes, we go to a tailor. When we want to eat, we go to a restaurant. But at body level, mind level, this happened, we tell to people who have no clue, no scientific knowledge. What is sin? That which takes us away from the supreme goal. So Arjuna was always asking him this question, Bhagavan, tell me what is Shreya to me? What will take me towards my goal of life? This war is only one event, but whether this war will take me to the supreme, Bhagavan told, yes. Fight the war and you will reach the supreme. Running away from the war, you will not reach the goal of life. Oh Bharata, Bharata. Who is a Bharata? Our country's name now is Bharata, not India. Not from Indus Valley civilization. Our civilization is Saraswati civilization. This Bharat name comes in many, many scriptures. Bharata means one who revels, Rata. In this knowledge, Bha, clarity of intellect. So here in our country, in Bharata country, we are not believers of God. We are explorers of God. Please write this sentence. We are explorers. We want to explore. Arjun has the guts and courage to ask, Bhagavan, I don't trust you, I don't believe you. Tell me, how did you tell this knowledge? You are standing before me and you are telling you gave this knowledge to Sun God. What are you talking about? In Upanishad, there is a dialogue, in Brahma Sutra dialogue, in Gita dialogue, in many scriptures, there are dialogues. So we are intellectual explorers. We want to know the truth seekers. That is Bharata. What is a sadhana? Be Bharata and Anaga. That is what is mentioned in the concluding verse. What is Bharata and Anaga? Purity of mind and clarity of intellect. Very, very important mind. Very, very important point. The moment I reach purity of intellect. What is purity of intellect? Removing 6 impurities. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. That is purity of mind. What is clarity of intellect? I must clearly know the distinction between Jagata, Jiva, Jagdishwara, and then Supreme. And know the relationship between all three. What is the nature of world? What is the nature of I? Who am I? What is this world and who is God? And what is the relationship between three? And then declare Aham Brahmasmi. That is clarity of intellect. So this sadhana we have to keep doing. There are different sadhanas for creating this. One sadhana is Karma Yoga. One sadhana is Bhakti Yoga. One sadhana is Swadhyaya, Jnana Yoga. And to support these three, most people who are sadhaks, they will use pranayam as one of the techniques. Breath, even Ramana Maharshi mentions that observing breath is one of the techniques for a sadhak to quieten the mind, concentration of mind. So we must have a fit body, we must have a clear intellect, we must have the deep breathing. Why I'm mentioning about breathing? Because I just wanted to announce one thing. There are a couple of announcements today. One announcement I want to do on 26 January, there is a program what we are doing called as GPay. GPay. I think most of you are paying money by GPay or Paytm. GPay means Gita, Pranayam, Ayurveda or Adventure and Yoga. So on 26 January, we are doing one GPay program where I am going to take a session on Bhagavad Gita. And there is one Narendra Guruji who is very, very senior Guruji who is going to take session on Pranayam. It is happening in Kandivali in ISKCON. Today, I would request Tushar Daveji, who is part of our sessions most of the time, to post the details in Saraswati group. Please go through those who can come. It is a 3/4 day program. Before breakfast, there will be pranayam session. Post breakfast, there will be Bhagavad Gita session, which I am going to take. And it is happening in Kandivali. So suppose those people who are staying around can definitely come. And there are already 100 registrations have already happened.
Veera Road, Prasad.
Veera Road. 100 registrations have already happened. So please do come. All three are together. Now Bhagavan says that I have taught everything to you, revealed everything to you, because this is the greatest secret. What is a secret? It is not known to many people. Arjun got directly from the Lord, and we got from Pujya Gurudev. Gita Yajna's commentary, ashram study, what Pujya Gurudev started, so we are listening here in English. Pujya Gurudev was, he says that another Vivekananda who spoke in English in Chicago, the same thing he continued. Today we are having Bhagavad Gita sessions in English. We don't realize because of Gurudev's commentaries and books which are translated so close to the major essence of all these Sanskrit scriptures which were not discussed in English earlier. Guhyatamam Shastram. So we are discussing all the words in this. Guhya means secret, not known through perception, inference, books. This Purushottama I will not be able to know by books reading, chanting, perception, sensation, through this five sense inference. No. Difficult to know. It is not very easy to know, just knowing that, okay, there is a Purushottama and three selves, I have to sit and I have to withdraw. And then I require grace and my own effort to know that Purushottama, given to someone whom you trust. Guhyatam secret. Jnana, entire 15th chapter, knowledge of Supreme is given to us. So as this Guhyatam secret is there in this 15th chapter, and why this chapter is called as Shastra, that is also very important. But as we are topic on this secret, what is a secret which many people do not know? And we only tell this secret to only people whom you trust, people whom you are confiding with. So there is another session which are going to happen on secret. You know, in Hindi, secret is called as Rahasya, Safalta ka Rahasya. So our Pujya Swami Swatmanandji, who is a Acharya of Mumbai, excellent speaker and very contemporary language, is going to come in Ghatkopar. First time we are going to have these sessions of Swamiji in Ghatkopar in Hindi. Safalta ka Rahasya, and who is the most successful person on this planet? They say Hanumanji. Hanumanji, why Hanumanji? Because he never failed in any project. If we read Ramayana, Hanumanji never failed in any project. Whatever project was given to him, successful. So there are 3 days, 15, 16, 17. So Atmananji is going to take session in the evening, 6:30 to 8 in Ghatkopar Bhajan Samaj. Why I am inviting all of you? Because these are different topic and very interesting sessions. Also, those who are listening today, those who are coming forward for Seva, please come. We require a lot of volunteers, lot of Seva, and also we are going to announce for asking for funds, because all this knowledge what you are listening on Sunday morning, Gurudev gave it free, but we have to give back also. So if you are not able to come, at least, you can fund it, because the overall cost will be around 1 lakh for booking the hall, prasad, sound, etc., etc. Here the costing is going to become slightly more, because we are used to Raj Shekharji sponsoring his school for 25 years. That is his seva. We don't realize when we actually go to another hall, we see what difficulties we have. Here Raj Shekharji is there, so Hanumanji is there, no problem. Other places we have to spend money for everything. So please come as volunteers. Please come if you want to invite Swamiji for Bhiksha. If you are not able to come and do, then at least become Yajman and get the prasad from here. And why this chapter is called as Shastra, that we will see next time. One more announcement I want to do is that in Somaya College has invited Swami Swatmanandji again for 2 days session. And please do come. Those who are staying in Narayan zone, especially Ghatkopar Chembur, it is in the morning. We must go with 100 numbers because students are going to come. and that session is going to happen for 1 month. Different organizations are planning different sessions. So when Chinmaya Mission Swamiji is going to come, please ensure that we go in large numbers and show our power there, then unity there, that for Swamiji's session 100 people come, as there are many very well-known Mahatmas are going to come in 1 month from different organizations. So those who are staying in Ghatkopar, Chembur, please ensure only 2 days in the morning we have to come, but please come in large numbers. Students are also going to be there. This is an opportunity to, show our Chinmaya Mission's presence in Somaya College. So next Sunday, we are going to start the 16th chapter, because Arjun is going to say, Bhagwan, I understood all the three selves, but still I don't feel I'm eligible for it. Then Bhagwan says, okay, then you do one thing, you develop Daivi qualities and remove Asuri qualities. So that is a 16th chapter. Remove the negative qualities and develop the good qualities, values. So next chapter are values and values and values and values. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.